Rebels fighting in Myanmar's civil war have declared a ceasefire in an effort to support the humanitarian response to Friday's devastating earthquake. The death toll has now risen to 2,700, although the ruling military junta has played down figures in previous disasters. Anna Foster, who's been on the Thailand-Myanmar border, is now in Bangkok and joins us from there now. Anna.
Jane, what you say there about the military junta and the way that they try and perhaps obfuscate the true death toll in this disaster is really key. Now, the rebels have declared a 1-month ceasefire. They say they won't be involved in offensive fighting in that time. But what the military junta, the controlling junta in Myanmar, have not done is said that they will do the same thing. In fact, it's exactly the opposite. Since the earthquake happened, there have been continuing airstrikes, even in areas affected by the earthquake. And there have also been reports that the junta is actively trying to stop aid being distributed around the country, which makes the situation even more devastating and difficult for people who are suffering there. And all of these things put together mean it's incredibly difficult to know what is going on inside Myanmar. Nick Beake has been trying to piece together the picture in one place, Inle Lake in Shan State, which was once one of the country's biggest tourist attractions.
Inle Lake, Myanmar's tourist paradise, now a floating disaster zone. Looking like this, it once drew hundreds of thousands of foreign visitors, at least before the military coup 4 years ago. Then came the earthquake.
And the amount of damage here, it's unbelievable.
An Austrian charity sent us this footage after they drove 14 hours to reach the lake. 100 people are reported to have died here, many drowning after their homes crumpled and collapsed. The woman holding the baby says her niece was swept away in the water. She was only 4. There's the grandma, who lost 6 members of her family. The little girl, who was trapped in the water under her house, eventually saved by her dad. This charity says it's the first international organisation to reach the area.
And the earthquake has hit massively there, like more than 1,000 houses are destroyed. We've been to the 2 worst affected villages, Chotar, which is to 80% destroyed, and Kela, which is even bigger, 70% destroyed.
Aid is arriving, notably from other communities nearby, but it's barely enough to survive, certainly not enough to rebuild. Civil war stole their livelihoods, the earthquake stole their lives. Misery upon misery for the Burmese people, here and in so many corners of the country. Nick Beake, BBC News, Bangkok.
And here in the Thai capital tonight, search teams are still working on the ruins of this collapsed skyscraper. We watched just a few hours ago as they carefully, painstakingly removed a body from the rubble here, just up on the side, and carefully lowered it down to the ground. Now, they say that signs of life, vital signs, are really not being seen in here anymore, but there are still moments of hope and positivity. Look at this. This was in Myanmar, in the capital, Naypyidaw, earlier, a 63-year-old woman who'd been in the rubble for 91 hours, and she was rescued alive by search teams, taken to hospital, and that was just one of the stories that we're seeing, that we're hearing, that bring just these little points of light in what is such a dark and difficult time for this region, Jane.
Anna, thank you for now. Anna Foster.